Oh no, it's used them.
What?
I can't say.
If I use this,
Want to use them?
yeah, I'll use. We need my name up. This is private.
No. I'm gonna use. No, I'm not using that.
I cost 150
Hey, how you doing? Good afternoon. Get out my video, man. Go play with your Pokemon right now. YouTube. Okay, y'all can tell everybody hi.
Hi.
Play with your Pokemon so that they can do this live. Like, well, y'all just be included. Y'all was something else.
We love to be included.
I know you do. So I'm going live on this one because I'm talking about, your past into your future. And I'm being professional about it, so I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all and be real with y'all. Everything that I've learned, as far as the knowledge that I drop on y'all and what I say, has been from other people, other sources, and even in my marriage. Like, this is stuff that me and my wife, even though we're separated, when I first, I'm gonna just be honest with you, when I first got with her, I was messed up. You know what I'm saying? I was messed up in my head, but I always just wanted something that I didn't have. And she did those things for me. Yes, she did. She did the rose petals and things like that. She showed me a lot of things. We watched movies together, stuff like that. But we were just too toxic for one another because our mindsets was different. And, shout out to Tiana. If y'all want to know who it is, her name is Tiana. Shout out to her for, doing those things. And I learned from her. And then when I started to change, I guess you could say it was not the right timing for her because, it's like you got to see these things in order to actually trust somebody. You have to see these things in a relationship or from your mate. But trust starts with, you got to trust yourself first. I always talk about that because you can't be insecure because sometimes you may run somebody off. And like I said, I wasn't always this way. It took me a while to get to this point. And being separated from everything, separated from everybody, I realized that I didn't need to be married or to be in a relationship and be with somebody to make a change. All I needed was God and a different direction in life and a dream. So I always talk about it as far as what you learn. You don't have to give nobody recognition for what you learn, but at the same time, you can tell your story on how you got to where you got to. And this is how I got to this point, from being in counseling with numerous of counselors, relationship after relationship, just in relationship ain't necessarily a relationship with somebody sexually and physically all the time. Relationship is a partnership with your homeboy or your homegirl, always venting to somebody and always asking for, both sides of the spectrum. When it came to me, and I'm going for counseling, I never just talk down about my spouse, my significant other, my situation. I'm like, okay, this is what I did what she did, and how can we fix it? You know what I'm saying? What can we do? And like when I was going to Covenant Couples, hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, Bria? What's going on, Sean? Not your cousin, but it was just like when I went to Covenant Couples, is when I really started looking at things differently. I was like, okay, there's another tool to my tool bag that I can add to with this counseling thing. Like, these are things that I really want to do. Like, I really want to seek out change. So all I'm saying, y'all, is learn from your past and don't live in the past anymore. Live for your future. Go forward in your truth. Go forward in whatever it is that you want to do. But make it a learning experience for everything that you indulge in, especially in this year coming up. You know, I always talk about, people talking about 2020 is the year. Okay, it's your year. Every day is your year. And you should want to change something every day, from something that happened yesterday or something that happened further on back. You want to change that because you can learn from that, you know. But I say it all the time, you know, seek God first always, because that's where our healing is. That's where your grace is. That's where your breakthrough is. You know, and that was the thing for me, is I had to really dive into it. I had to stop playing games with it. And I joined ILI, Integrity Leadership Institute. Lord knows I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit like nobody's business, because it was challenging me. It was challenging me to my past and what happened in the past. It was challenging me to what was going on right now. It was just challenging me, everything. And I'm like, man, I ain't never been a quitter, but this right here made me want to quit again. Because I remember when I was young, my grandpa, you know, he used to drop the knowledge on me with the Bible and, you know, make me study it and make me read it, because I was bad as hell. You know, my mom and them, they couldn't. But, man, when I got out punishment with my grandpa and that Bible, I ran from that mug. I said, it scared the bejesus out of me, you know what I'm saying? And so, oh man, why is the song playing? But I ran from it. I ran from it so much that I ended up coming back to it. And then when I got in ILI, I figured out, dang, I'm trying to run from this again. It must be something real about this. There must be some truth to this. So, because my initial thing was, when I joined ILI, was I joined to challenge God to His Word. I joined to find out what the truth was. I joined to find out why people was running from the church or why people didn't want to stay. I joined for those reasons alone, because I'm like, man, something ain't right about this. Like, is we being taught something wrong? Is we being taught something right? Like, what's the truth behind it? There's some things that I found out that's not in there, but, you know, that's another story. But I just stepped into my calling. You know, I stopped running from it, and I started just chasing after God, and He revealed to me everything about myself. LJ, could you hand me my playbook real quick?
Here you go.
Thank you. Okay, so this is my playbook for those that haven't seen this. When I joined True Dads, they gave us this book. It's called True Dads Playbook, but it was to find a job. So what I did is I changed this playbook into my playbook for everyday life. I started ministering and getting up every morning and praying with my boys, and this is the first part of it, which is the part of the book that I'm writing. So I'm giving y'all something that I'm doing right now. These are I am statements. Like it says, I am a child of God, redeemed from the hand of the enemy, forgiven, saved by grace, justified, sanctified, a new creature, partaker of divine nature. And then they have scriptures that backs them up right there beside them. Then did this right here, the prayer of authority. You know, I do this daily, and throughout the day, whenever I go to anybody's house or I go to another establishment, I'm always using my prayer of authority. Conquering my thought life. So, you know, my thoughts that run through my mind when I'm feeling like, you know, the walls is closing in on me and stuff like that. I started doing things like this, you know, saying these I am statements and decreeing and declaring over my life, the armor of God prayer. Like, they're just nuggets every day that you can do, that you can help yourself with. And I just turned this into my book, into my playbook. That says the Willie Lynch letter, which I do and studied on it. And then, boom, you got this one right here. I'm going to tell you. This is my spiritual gifts evaluation response form. So after taking this test, I realized some things about myself, all these gifts that I have, and why people say that, you know, I'm crazy, or why my family don't understand me because of all of this stuff right here. Which I'm not going to go into detail of it. If you want to know anything about it, I would definitely, you know, I don't have no, what am I trying to say? I have no reason not to drop the knowledge on you. What's good, fam? My cousin Raymond right there. King Mama, how you doing?
I still remember that handshake.
LJ say he still remember the handshake,
Me
Raymond.
too.
And Jared too. But like I said, you know, and then there was other things like the 30 gifts in total harmony, united as one in the body of Christ. You know, I started doing all these things, and it's just like I turned this into my whole playbook, and I got it. You know, people been calling me all the time, like, "Hey, can you tell me about this? I got things on numbers, all of that to say this, that you want to open up a book. You want to read something all the time. You want to gain some knowledge on it all the time. And sometimes you ain't even got to open up a book. Just look at your everyday life. It's a daggum book. Look at Facebook. It's a daggum book. Look at the end of the phrase of it. Facebook. So it's your face and your book and your story that you telling. You basically writing your own book. You writing your own story. People get to see that story every single day. They get a piece of you every day. When you put something up, they get to see where your mindset is. They get to see what kind of wisdom and knowledge that you got. They get to hear what type of music you listen to. They get to hear what you got to say. So you writing your own book just by being on Facebook. Take that and turn that into a story. Flip it. You know what I'm saying? Flip it and turn it into a story. Because that's what it's used for. That's what the social media platform is actually used for, is to connect you with other people and for other people to connect with you. But if you don't understand that and you don't know that, then you just going to be up putting up nonsense all the time, and then you're going to have no followers, or you're going to have a bunch of followers doing the same thing that you're doing. But the choice is yours. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm scratching my leg. It's itching like a mug. You see my eyes rolling back in my head because it feels good. But I'm just saying, you know, that this is something that you could be doing for yourself. You could be writing your own story so you can help the next person and help the next one. You know, each one teach one, each one reach one. Who's following you? Who are you following? Are you following other people that are leaders like yourself? Or are you following other followers that's a follower just like you and following into either a path of destruction or a path of righteousness? And it's only those two. There's no in between. You can't have one foot in and one foot out, because you'll finally realize that you can't live this lifestyle and call yourself this if you're doing this. So if you're doing right, then the lifestyle that you're leading by is definitely going to have to reflect it. Your actions going to have to speak louder than your words. And when people see you, they're going to recognize you by the fruits of your labor. You know, especially in the social media world right now. So all I'm saying is, definitely, you want to make sure that you're learning from everything. Learning from your past experiences into your future. And do it right. Because nowadays, you know, people getting locked up real quick. People dying left and right. So you better make sure you're doing what's right and doing right by other people. I love y'all. Blessings to y'all. Knowledge.
Love you, pretty later.
See you later.
I still remember the handshake.
They ain't on there.